Hi friends, welcome back to Good Dira, and in this video I'll be talking about the difference of city life and country life. I want to share my experience for those of you that are considering of doing a transition or thinking about moving to a whole different state. I want to say I've done it twice and I want to share my experience with you. So stay tuned for the end. I will be sharing pictures of my lifestyle here in New Jersey, in New York, and now here in Tennessee. So I lived in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, New York till I was about 13 years old. I grew up there, and New York is very different from everywhere. In New York, when I was in fifth grade, I would walk to school by myself. I believe in New York, you're very independent. Like, you either learn how to move or they're gonna move you along with the crowd. But for me, it was a great experience. It was an eye opening. It, motivated me to pick up on things, learn things. You learn from your mistakes. You get yourself involved in the wrong crowd, and then you know who you can trust, who you can't. So I lived in New York until I was about 13 years old. Then I moved with my family to a place in New Jersey called New Brunswick, and I think we lived there for about maybe I want to say like 2 years in New Brunswick, and then after that my parents purchased a house. And that was nice because we lived in a different city called North Brunswick. It's considered central New Jersey, and even just a transition from New York to New Jersey, it was a lot for me, even though it was really about what, a 45-minute drive. But just the lifestyle that there is in New York, where everything is like, I don't know, more loud, more active. Like, you could get anywhere walking, you could get anywhere in the train. I was used to taking the train and the buses anywhere. I didn't have to depend on anybody. I didn't have to depend on my mom or my dad to drive me anywhere. I was able to move around. I already had my circle of friends. And then just the transition of moving from New York just to New Jersey, like, and 13 years old, having to finish 8th grade, leaving everything behind, that was really rough on me. But I mean, at that age, I had no choice. I had to go. And then I grew up, went to high school, still couldn't adapt myself fully there, graduated, met my family, and this is where I met my husband and created my 3 kids. But independently of that, just the lifestyle, the difference, it's a lot. In New Jersey, you need a car to get anywhere. You could take a bus, but their schedule runs like I think every hour. It's a lot slower than New York. New York, it runs about what, maybe every 15 minutes. And you need a car to get anywhere from point A to point B. Everything is at a distance. It's far. You want to walk it, that's like you're walking 2 to 3 miles to get to where you want to go. It's just the vibe in New Jersey is also like, I don't want to say, like in New York, there's a lot of buildings. Everything is kind of attached to each other or a minimum separation. In New Jersey, there's bigger houses. They have like the grass and the trees. I mean, I was able to see the difference. It was nice. But as a kid, I didn't like that difference. I just wanted to go out, have fun, explore. And I felt like New Jersey, that wasn't giving it to me. But then I grew up. I got adapted to it, started driving. Now things were getting better. I got used to it within the years. And then I got so used to it that I moved from New Jersey at the age of 39 with my husband and my 2 children, because the oldest one is 19 and he decided he didn't want to move with us. He wanted to stay in New Jersey. And I understand that, but that was I think that'll be another video episode for me to talk about. But just the transition of us moving from New Jersey to Tennessee, which is about, I want to say 11, 12, 13-ish hours. Now, that's a drive. That's nowhere compared from New York to New Jersey, which is only 45 minutes. I mean, I could have just crossed a bridge and visited and then come right back. But here, I mean, I'm not going to drive 13 hours just to go kind of visit New Jersey because I miss it and then come right back. Even if you take a plane, it's just like, it's a bigger transition. And to be honest, coming to Tennessee, I came with it with an open mind, I guess, because you're a mom, you're a wife. You're trying to support your husband with the idea of getting adapted to it. You're trying to support your kids with the idea. But it's funny to say, because if I wouldn't have lived that transition from moving from New York to New Jersey, I wouldn't have been able to understand what my son and my daughter were feeling, how they were feeling emotionally. You know, how is that transition of me putting them from high school, especially, you know, my daughter, she was supposed to graduate senior, and now she got pulled, and then my son had just started his freshman year, and I had to pull him. So I told them, you know, I know what you're feeling. I know what you're going through. I know it's rough and it's very unfair, and you're probably thinking it's selfish, but we're trying to, you know, we're doing this transition for a good reason. I mean, Tennessee has a lot to offer here. And I understand, like, even a year or two from now, they're still not going to get it, because trust me, it took me a few years to adapt from New York to New Jersey. And I know it's going to take quite a while for my son to adapt from New Jersey to a whole different environment here in Tennessee. Because I want to say, even New Jersey is still considered like a city state. But here in Tennessee, it's more like a country state. So it's like hot and cold. It's totally different. So I can relate to what my son is going through, and you know, things happen for a reason, because if I wouldn't have experienced that move, I wouldn't have known what he was going through. So guys, it takes a lot of guts, it takes a lot of courage for you to just get up and decide, well, you know, let's move to this state. The reason we moved to this state is because we actually came here 8 years ago, and we noticed how different it was. It felt more calm. There's a lot of nature, there's a lot of forests. There's a lot of land. It's a lot of animals. It's just a whole different vibe, but we like that vibe. I don't know if it's probably our age, because when we lived our life and we want to like tone it down and start to mellow down a little bit. Perhaps that's why we liked it, but don't be scared. You know, it took us 8 years to make that decision and decide, you know, what the heck, let's just go ahead and do it. And it's either now or never, because if we didn't put a set day, okay, we're going to leave on this day, I think we would have never moved. Don't be scared of changes. It's like everything at the very beginning. It's going to be hard. It's going to be overwhelming. It's going to be scary. You don't know what you're going to walk into, but everything falls in place. Everything happens for a reason. You know, just have faith that everything's going to work out, and it will. If you have any questions about, you know, how was the transition, job-wise or anything like that, just leave a comment. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions. But now it's going to be almost a year that we moved here in July. And I was just thinking, you know, why not share that experience? It's a totally different change. Like I said, New York to New Jersey was a change for me. And that's only 45 minutes away. And now New Jersey to Tennessee is just a whole different vibe. But I really like the country life, the countryside of it. It's nice. I mean, at the beginning, I had to like tone it down a little bit, because I was used to the fast pace, the fast life, the fast walking. And then when I got here, I'm like, people are more mellow. I'm like, am I the only one kind of like stepping on the gas? And I'm like, all right, I need to tone it down a little bit. I'm looking like I'm not blending in, or how you say that. So I'll be putting a video up here explaining like what my channel is about. But don't forget to hit the like button so I know the content that I'm putting out there is good for you. Definitely don't forget to subscribe. I will be putting interesting topics and videos up every Thursday for you. So I hope this has helped you to push you a little bit more, to anybody that has any thoughts about moving just to another state, you know. And at the beginning I figured, what's the worst that can happen? If I don't like it, then we'll just move back. But what if I don't move? What if I don't try it? I'm never going to know if I liked it. I'm not going to know how Tennessee is. I mean, why not? You know, just give it a shot. All right, friends. Hope this was helpful for you. Have a great day.